Okay. All right. Good morning, folks. Good afternoon, good day, wherever you are in the world. As part of the ongoing commitment for the AKA to communicate with the members and the world at large, today I've got Jesse Kapsten with me. And Jesse, for those of you who don't know, has agreed to take on the mantle of Sport Kite Committee Chair. So he's working on sport kiting with the AKA, which we know, or we've been told, has had some lack of focus recently. And so Jesse
I'd say
has
that's fair,
graciously, yeah, Jesse. And so we're trying to fix that. And Jesse's
for
the
sure.
leader of that effort. So, Jesse, I think today's probably just tell us a little bit about what's going on in the Sport Kite Committee and
Yeah.
what your objectives
So
are.
like Steve said, on Jesse, I'm the new sport kite chair. I've been a sport kite flyer for pretty much my entire life and the 30 odd years with the AKA and
You're
in and
not
out of
that old.
competition. Gonna be 38 in 2 weeks.
All right. Awesome.
Um, so right now, the state of play when I sort of raised my hand for this was sport kiting had kind of left the AKA to the point that the entire committee was vacant.
Yeah. Which is
So the first
unfortunate,
step,
but it
it
is the
really is.
reality. We have to
Yeah.
acknowledge that.
Yep. We do have to be honest about these things. So the first step was rebuilding the committee, and that also gave me an opportunity to sort of reshape the way the committee was assembled.
Hmm.
Traditionally, I would say, and I don't think it's unfair to say the committee had primarily been focused on sport kite competition, and I'm much more focused on community growth. Competition would be a wonderful byproduct, but it is not a
Yep.
primary goal.
Yep. You got to have a
Um,
community before you can have competition.
and competition is a great thing to do with a sport kite. Obviously, it's near and dear to my heart because I grew up doing it, and I love it, and I would love to see it return. And I think it's a wonderful thing for people to participate in, particularly when you're first learning. Precision teaches you a lot of fundamental skills, which is really great. But again, competition is not a goal; it's a byproduct of a healthy community.
Yeah.
So the first step was building a committee back up, and we're still doing that. I'm hoping to have that sort of done by 1 January. We've got 4 of the 6 bodies I am looking to assemble.
Fantastic.
Um, but
What's
two of
that?
the key
Can
differences.
you share what that membership looks like?
Yeah, definitely.
Who you're trying to get
So
as what types of people you want to
a
have on the
fairly
committee?
broad spectrum. It would be both very easy for me to go to a whole bunch of new people who've never been involved and just go, come do a thing. It'll be awesome. And just sort of give as little detail as possible and go, fooled you, but that's not really cool. It would be really easy for me to go to a bunch of folks who've been around a while and who just want to see what we had, but what we had didn't work. So we need to have both of those voices represented. And at the same time, I feel really strongly that sport kiting, again, because it's about the broader community, really needs to be represented better in things like kite making at convention. There were 3 sport kites this year, at this past convention in Niagara, and I would like to see it as full as rocks and bowed kites
Yeah,
and
some
those
of the
other
other
categories.
categories,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
And there are kite artists that are out there and working in sport kites.
Yeah.
Um, Brett Marshall, Donna Houchins. Donna couldn't be there, but built a kite for kite maker challenge. But
Yes, she did,
um,
and it was
there
gorgeous.
and it came home with me, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
But so that's one of the things. So to that end, we specifically designated a seat on the committee for a kite maker or kite artist, and Donna actually has taken that seat.
Cool.
The other seat that I sort of specifically shaped was I wanted someone who could help us understand how people got into sport kites and things like the industry side of how the community grows. And to that end, Dave Shankman from the Kite Connection has agreed to be our
Oh,
industry
great. So
chair,
you've got a store
um,
owner who
and
sells a lot of sport kites and
and
understands
puts
who's
on
buying. Yeah, and
and
puts
puts
on
on
events.
an
Yeah.
event which is the largest gathering of sport kite flyers in the U.S. right now. I would say.
Yep.
So Dave's a great resource, and I really appreciate him coming on for that. The other thing we've done to sort of give us an idea of both what's happening in the 13th region and in general with the international scene, we have a non-member, which I'm stretching rules a little bit here, and I know that, but we have a non-voting member of the committee for the first time who is specifically our liaison to the international community, and that's Stephen Hoth from the Flying Squad from the UK
Cool.
has agreed to do that. And that's just a super valuable resource because he's got a finger on the pulse of what's going on with sport kiting in Europe and internationally.
Yep.
He was at
Yep.
that recent World Cup in China, um, yeah,
Cool.
where actually that team swept. So now we get
Yeah.
to go.
So
Team
you
USA
get
gets to go play with them in
yeah, that's
April,
right.
which I'm looking forward to as well. But yeah, the roadmap is still taking shape. There's a lot of goals we have. Like we'd like to see some novice clinics put on regionally, working with the region directors and local clubs to do that. With
Fantastic. Yeah.
the sort of goal of again just sort of enriching the communities and seeing them grow. So that's where we're at right now. It's still a fairly nebulous position, but we're like I said, we're crafting the roadmap as the committee
Right.
comes together.
Well, it's kind of a
And
relaunch, right? So,
yeah,
I
oh
mean,
God, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's a relaunch, and the good news is we actually have you on board to work with sport kiting and the community and try and grow this, get the growth in the community
yep,
back for the
yeah,
AKA. So,
exactly,
yeah, so I think that's great. Thank you for taking the time with us today.
definitely,
I think what we'll do is we'll try and circle back probably in a couple of months and hear where things are
yeah,
and
and
what the committee's up to.
definitely, and I'm hoping to. So it used to be a fixture at convention,
Yeah.
the Sport Kite Symposium. I'm actually hoping to do virtual symposiums, maybe quarterly.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Well,
That's on
in
list of
addition to
things
convention, because I've got to start thinking about the about workshops and other things for convention. So
for
get
sure.
get ready to be drafted. But anyway, thank you, Jesse, for taking the time today, and I
Absolutely,
really
Steve. Thank you.
appreciate it. I can see you're traveling, so safe travels and
Yep,
happy
homeward bound.
holidays.
Thank you, and to you.
Cheers. Bye now.
Bye.